Hi, this is Luis Daniel back again. Now, I want to tell a little bit how this demo was built and delivered. So first of all, I'm using a storytelling methodology, in this case, the hero method. As you can see, it all starts on a standard world where I have certain capabilities and certain features. Eventually, there becomes a quest. In this case, the VP of Sales and Marketing telling us that the situation has changed and that many customers won't be able to visit the store. So this requires out of the box thinking and to do something really different, to break the rules and to do something. In this case, of course, this will be leveraging the Azure Machine Learning technologies on predictive analytics. Once I'm able to easily do this, the situation has changed, and I can also close on by providing a very short view of the future. So I encourage you to take a look at the different methodologies. By going here into my blog, bit.ly.com demo story, I actually have a pointer to a lot of very extensive recommendations on storytelling through demos. You can find and like this if you actually do like it. But let me switch back. So when I started the demo, I was talking about my wife. So this needs to be a real story in a sense. You need to gain the credibility. You need to really feel what you tell. That is a great way to doing that. You can also bring in pieces or t-shirts or candles to make this even more real so that the demo is not only what you're presenting on the screen. The second thing that I did is that I introduced the email promotions because every one of us receives this email connection. So again, it's about establishing a connection with the audience. Later, I am able to introduce the marketing folk, Frank, and there's no surprises in here. I mean, all the companies today are really capable of doing the social listening to some degree, emails. So there's nothing new in here. All this is true information. There are multiple tools, many different tools. And the opportunity, the challenge of doing this on a really dramatic, different way is what forces the character to go and to play with this model. If I were to have a little more time or the audience was a little more technical, I can build this live and I can actually change a couple of models. One of them will present probably 40% reliability or that's a level of the model really works, but we can lift the model with different algorithms and we don't really need to know all the details. This is precisely the testing that is going on, and certainly any analyst can start getting some of the data science skills without becoming one. So you could do that and you could build this demo and you can show this information. Eventually, when I jump back into Excel, you can also extend the story showing Mars, hey, help me filter only the customers that are going to have, let's say, 10% or more probabilities of buying candles and over 25% or 26% of probability doing fragrances. And this will change a little bit the customers on the right side so that can create the campaigns. Of course, I could also pull the data from HD Insight in here from a data catalog. I can do a lot of different things. On the visualization space, I can show over 10 years how many users opted out. Those in red are users that do not want to be contacted over email, but the green ones are actually the ones that say, yes, you can reach me, and there's still a lot of them. We also had real data on where the clicks were coming from. The first time we presented this at the partner conference on Washington, D.C., we actually learned that there were buyers surfing the Pier 1 site from Washington, D.C., from the White House. So that was part of the demo that we presented by then. So it all feels nice. It's a real story, but the storytelling makes a big difference. And these small details go back again to the URL that I provided, and I'm pretty sure that you can find a lot more interesting practices that you can do to improve on the demos. So I hope this gives a good look into what's behind the fact of creating a demo, connecting, and iterating.